Hi, everyone. Welcome to your practice today. Thank you so much for being here with me. And thank you so much to those of you who have continued to donate to keep these classes going. I really like to keep them donation based so that they are available to everyone and accessible to everyone. So if you have something to donate to keep them going, I would very much appreciate it. Thank you. And if you want to follow along today with the playlist, I'll put that in the notes in the video. So we'll get started. So find a comfortable seat for yourself. And as you close your eyes today, bring your hands onto your belly. And just becoming aware of the breath as it moves through you. Being aware of the breath as the belly rises and falls. In this area of the body, the belly or the core, in the system of the energetic body, this is the third chakra. And this chakra is represented by fire. So it's a really energetic and hot place in our body, a place where we find our strength, a place where we can tap into our courage and our ambition. And for some of us, that's really easy, right? For some of us, we have that kind of driving fire. Yeah, it's burning really hot all the time. And if that's you, you may notice that you tend toward overexertion, toward pushing yourself, toward injury. You might notice that you go toward burnout. So as we tap in today, because we are going to tap into this third chakra and try to energize this area and try to create that inner fire within ourselves. As we tap into that area, trying to think about it less as this kind of raging fire and more as this soft inner glow, almost like a sunrise within you. And with that idea of sunrise, I want to read you a poem called Sunrise by Mary Oliver. And she writes, "You can die for it, an idea or the world. People have done so brilliantly, letting their small bodies be bound to the stake, creating an unforgettable fury of light. But this morning, climbing the familiar hills in the familiar fabric of dawn, I thought of China and India and Europe, and I thought how the sun blazes for everyone just so joyfully as it rises under the lashes of my own eyes. And I thought, I am so many. What is my name? What is the name of the deep breath I would take over and over for all of us? Call it whatever you want. It is happiness. It is another one of the ways to enter the fire." So we enter the fire today from that happiness, that joy within us. And keeping your hands on your belly, we'll breathe in together for Om. Om. You can let your eyes gently float open. Taking the legs out in front of you, shaking them out a little bit, releasing the knees and the ankles. And then crossing the legs in the other direction. So whichever leg you usually place in front, draw that one closer to you. Bringing the hands back on the belly. You can just listen up for a moment. We're going to practice a Kapalabhati breath, skull shining breath. And this is a pranayama breath exercise that's going to get into this fiery third chakra and start to warm us up from the inside out. If you are pregnant or if at any point you get dizzy or lightheaded, I encourage you just to stick with your normal long breathing. So you might want to close your eyes here, again bringing your attention inward. With a breath in, fill yourself up completely, drawing in as much air as you possibly can. And a slow, controlled exhale, releasing all of that breath from the body. And then filling yourself up halfway, we start with short, sharp exhales through the nose. Keeping it going, feeling that belly pumping in with each exhale. Starting to slow it down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Taking a nice long breath in. Emptying out. Breath out. Coming back to your normal, your natural breath. And we'll take one more round, a little bit longer this time. So with your next breath in, drawing the air in, filling yourself all the way up to the top of your lungs. And with an exhale, let that all go, releasing all of the air. When you think there's nothing left, seeing if you can exhale a little bit more. And then filling yourself up again about halfway. And we start through the nose. Starting to slow it down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Taking a nice long breath in. Emptying yourself out. Bringing your breath back to its normal pace. If your eyes are closed, you can gently let the eyes open. Placing the feet down on the mat in front of you, hands down behind you. There's a big breath in, and with an exhale, the hips float to the sky, sending that center, sending that third chakra up and away. Breathing in. With an exhale, softening the hips down to the mat. And taking your time, crawling yourself out onto hands and knees. Once you're on all fours, hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Rooting down through the right hand, left arm rises, gazing up at the fingertips. With a breath out, left arm slides under the right arm for a twist. Letting the shoulder and the cheek relax to the mat. You might want to play with a half bind, taking that right arm behind the back softly. And maybe you even want to play with your balance, sending the right leg out behind you. Toes staying tucked under so that right foot continues to anchor yourself down into the earth. But maybe finding a little deeper twist, a little more lean back through the upper body. If you found the half bind, right hand can come back down. Pressing into the right hand, left arm rises, heart rises, inhaling. Left hand to the mat. Right leg is back behind you, and with a breath in, right foot floats up, heart reaches forward. Drawing the knee to the nose on your breath out. Inhale, heel back, heart forward, knee to the nose. Exhaling. One more time, reaching it back. Big breath in. Knee to nose and stepping that right foot forward between the hands. Maybe walking the back knee back just a little bit. Pressing into the right foot, both arms high for your low crescent lunge, Anjaneyasana. Feeling the ball of the right big toe rooting down, starting to find that connection to your right inner thigh. With an exhale, both hands down, left toes tuck, back leg extends, left hand down, right arm reaches to the sky for a low lunge twist. If it feels okay on your neck, turning your eyes up towards your top hand. Right hand down, downward facing dog, stepping your way back. And give yourself a moment here to tread through the heels, to wiggle through the hips, to wake up the body here in this downward facing dog. Nice long breath in, lifting up onto the toes. Feel the belly gently rising, keeping that floating of the navel, sending the heels down and back. Breathing in, breathing out. Like a big wave, it's a plank pose, rolling yourself out long. And we stay here for a few breaths in plank. Low belly drawing in and up. With an exhale, it's child's pose. Knees wide, hips back to the heels. Feeling a gentle moment here to soften, to cool. Hands back to the knees, walking back, rolling yourself up to sit. Hips to the earth, circling the legs around you. And take your time rolling yourself all the way down onto your back. Feet reaching away, arms reaching away, stretching through the front of the body. And the knees can bend, feet onto the earth. Drawing the knees in toward the chest. You can use the hands to draw the knees in. And give yourself a moment to rock a little bit from side to side. Or to make some circles there in the low back. With a breath in, both feet floating high, flexing the feet. Hands come behind the head, interlacing the fingers, elbows remain wide. Big breath in, and with a breath out, upper body floats up off of the mat, keeping the elbows wide, looking towards your navel. With a breath in, right leg reaches out to 45 degrees. Breath out, let the leg slowly switch. Breathing in, switching the legs, drawing the navel toward the spine. Breathing out, switching the legs. Inhale, nice and slow, like you're moving through water. Exhale to switch. Breathing in to switch. Breathing out to switch. Keep the upper body lifted, left leg rises to meet the right. And let it go, knees to the chest, head to the earth. Breathing in deeply here. With an exhale, softly rolling over onto your right side. Pressing into the left hand, rolling up to sit. And again, you can crawl yourself out onto hands and knees. Wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. With a breath in, this time right arm lifts to the sky, gazing toward the fingertips. Exhaling, right arm threads under the left arm, cheek and shoulder to the mat. You can stay here. You might play with that half bind. Left arm gently finding the low back. Or maybe send the left foot back behind you, tucking the toes underneath. Imagining that you could fall back softly. If If you found that half bind, gently releasing the left hand to the floor, pressing into that hand, unraveling, right arm high, breathing in. Top hand to the mat, breathing out. Left leg is long, left leg floats, heart reaches forward, inhaling. Knee to the nose, rounding the spine, exhaling. Sending it back, heel reaches, heart stretches forward. Knee to the nose, lifting the navel toward the spine. One more time, stretching it back, breathing in. Knee to the nose, and there's a soft step of the foot between the hands. Maybe walking that back knee back a little bit, extending the shape, and sweeping the arms to the sky for your low crescent lunge. Hips are heavy, but there's that gentle floating up in the low belly to support the shape. Hands to the earth, right toes tuck, right leg extends, right hand down, left arm reaches high for your low lunge twist. Heart spiraling up toward the top fingertips. Left hand down, left foot back, downward facing dog. It's a plank pose as you breathe in, long spine. Knees to the mat, toes point behind you, navel draws up as the elbows bend and the upper body lowers. Pressing into the palms, baby cobra, gentle opening through the heart. Downward facing dog with your exhale. Big breath in here, downward dog. And then keeping the belly lifted, knees start to soften, taking a walk forward to your hands. As many steps as you need to arrive there, letting your upper body hang heavy over the thighs. Let your left fingers release down to the floor in front of you. With a breath in, right arm reaches high, right leg starts to lengthen. Gazing up toward that top hand for a twist. Exhale, top hand down, softening both knees. Right hand down, left arm peels open, left leg starts to lengthen. Crown of the head and pelvis are reaching in two opposite directions. Exhaling, soft forward fold, bending the knees, releasing the head. Big breath in here. With your exhale, the knees can soften even more, finding a gentle drawing up of the belly to unravel the spine. Standing tall, both arms reaching to the sky, feet stepping together. Hands through the heart, finding Tadasana, arms by your sides. Breathing out. Arms stretch high for your prayer. Breathing in, folding forward, Uttanasana. Breathing out. Right foot back to a lunge. Heart is forward. Downward facing dog, stepping your way back. Plank pose, rolling out long. Straight or bent legs, lowering with control. Pointing the toes, heart rises for your cobra. Downward facing dog on your exhale. Right leg reaches back and up, breath in. Foot between the hands on a breath out. Right arm stretches high for your twist. Right hand down, left foot forward, let your head release. Arms stretching high, breath in. Hands finding the heart, breath out. Arms rising, Urdhva Hastasana. Bowing forward, exhaling. Left foot back, long spine. Downward facing dog, breath out. Plank, rolling it out, breath in. Navel stays lifted as the elbows bend. Toes point, heart rises, breath in. Downward facing on your breath out. Left leg floats with an inhale. Foot between the hands, exhaling. Left arm to the sky, gazing high. Top hand down, back foot forward, head releases. Arms stretching up and away. Hands to your heart, breathing out. Sending it back up. Inhale. Bowing forward. Exhale. Right foot back. Breathing in. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Down dog. Plank pose. Big breath in. Now you can add a chaturanga here, or you can lower to the earth. Pressing into the palms. Up dog or cobra. Downward facing dog. Exhaling. Right leg stretches high with a breath in. Foot between the hands with a breath out. Right arm stretches up and away. Right hand down, forward fold, release the head. Arms stretching up to your prayer. Hands connecting at the heart. Arms stretching high, breathing in, leading with the heart, bowing forward over the legs. Left foot back, long open heart. Down dog with your exhale. Plank, rolling it out long. Navel lifted, bend the elbows, control the lowering. Pulling the heart forward, breath in. Downward facing dog, breath out. Left leg back and up, inhale. Foot between the hands, exhale. Left arm high, big breath in. Top hand down, back foot forward, let it release. Arms stretching high for your prayer. Hands find the heart, exhale. Stretching it back up, breathing in. Folding over the legs, breath out. Right foot back, inhale, this time it's plank pose. Lowering right away, breathing out. Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, heart lifts. Adho Mukha Svanasana, hips rise. Breathing in here. Emptying out the lungs. Inhaling, softening the knees, look forward, stepping or hopping to your hands, light feet. Long spine, Ardha Uttanasana. Folding over the legs, exhale. Arms rising, big breath in, hands through your heart, folding right back over, bowing down. Left foot back, long breath. Plank, lowering half or all the way. Pushing the hands down to pull the heart forward. Downward facing dog, breath out. Knees soften, looking forward. On your exhale, there's a step or hop to the top of the mat. Long spine, breath in. Melting forward, breath out. Arms sweep high. Hands through your heart. Arms to your sides, Tadasana. Utkatasana, sitting your way back into your chair pose. Finding that gentle drawing up of the belly. Firing up that energy. Folding forward, hands to the earth, release the head. Long spine, breath in. Bending your knees, planting your palms. You can step to plank or hop back, landing in your chaturanga. Heart rises, breathing in. Downward facing dog, breathing out. With an inhale, the right leg floats. Foot forward between the hands. Back heel down. It's Virabhadrasana 1. Warrior 1 pose. Feeling the back left hip spiraling forward. Left ribs spiraling forward. Exhale. Let yourself open up. Feel free to adjust the feet as you need for your Warrior 2 pose. Flipping the palms, peaceful warrior, right arm rises. Side angle, right elbow can find the thigh. Left arm reaching long over the ear. Feeling the belly, the heart, and the eyes spiraling up toward the sky. Hands to the mat, stepping back, plank, lowering. Rising through the heart. Down dog, exhaling. Left leg high, breath in. Foot between the hands, Warrior 1. Let the arms float. Feeling the heaviness in the pelvis, the engagement in the low belly to support the shape. Virabhadrasana 2. Let yourself widen. Breath is long and even. Palms flip for your peaceful left arm high. Side angle, left elbow finds the left thigh. Right arm reaches long over the ear. Making sure that the neck isn't crunchy. Keeping the ears moving away from the shoulders. Hands to the earth, stepping your way right back for plank, exhaling to lower. Rising, breath in, down dog, breath out. Right leg high, inhaling, stepping forward for that warrior one, let it rise. Opening up wide, warrior two. Peaceful, right arm high, now staying here, lengthening the right leg so you have a reverse triangle pose. Bringing yourself up through center, shifting into Trikonasana, triangle, right hand down, left arm high. Neck is long, allowing yourself space for the breath. Exhale, right knee bends, shifting into side angle, either elbow to the thigh, or you can bring your fingertips down to the mat. Feeling that long line, left foot grounding down, left fingers reaching away. Left hand to left hip, right fingers find the earth in front of you, shifting your way forward to half moon pose. Left side body peels open, left arm floats to the sky. Rooting down to the right side to find that lightness through the left. Left hand down, big step back to a low lunge. Left hand plants, right arm reaches high. Gazing up toward the right hand, right foot steps on top of the left foot for a side plank. If your left knee needs to come down for more support, definitely take that support for yourself. Right hand down, take it through your vinyasa. Breathing in, breathing out. Left leg high, inhale. Stepping your way forward for that warrior one. Rising high. Opening up wide. Exhaling. Peaceful, tipping the left arm high, staying there, lengthening through the left leg. Up through center, shifting into triangle pose. Big breath in. With your exhale, left knee bends. Elbow to the thigh or fingertips to the mat. Right arm long over the ear. Uddita Parsvakonasana. Breath in. Breath out, right hand to right hip. Left fingers to the floor out in front of you. Shifting into your half moon. Right side extends. And imagining again, like you could almost fall back in space, as if someone had their hands on your shoulder blades, and they were there to catch you. Right hand down, big step back, low lunge. Right hand to the earth, left arm to the sky for your twist. Left foot steps back on top of your right foot for your side plank. Left hip getting really light. Big inhale. Top hand down, exhaling to lower. Rising, breath in. Traveling back, breath out. Right leg high, inhale. Stepping your way forward, you know the beginning, warrior one. Floating high. Opening up, warrior two. Peaceful, right arm high. Right away, side angle, elbow to the thigh or fingertips to the mat. One inhale here. Left hand, left hip. Right fingers to the mat in front of you. Ardha Chandrasana. Let yourself fly. Top hand down. Take the left foot and cross it behind the right foot. Shifting the weight onto the left foot and the left fingertips. Right leg reaches back. Right arm high for your half moon. Right hand down. Right foot crosses behind the left foot. Now take the left knee in the hands and draw that knee with you as you come to stand. Tree pose, rotating out, placing the sole of the left foot into your right inner thigh. Hands can connect at your heart. Gentle drawing up of the low belly, feeling that energy rising up through the crown of your head, maybe even out through your fingertips. Breathing in. Hands to your heart. Moving into a figure 4, crossing the left ankle above the right knee. Flexing the left foot and bending a lot through that right knee. Sending the hips back. Reaching the heart forward into your thumbs. Pressing into the right foot, rising gently up and out of it. Right hand down, shooting the left leg back. Half moon pose. One more big breath in. Left hand down, step your way back to a lunge. Plank, take it through your vinyasa. Last round like this, left leg high. Inhale, foot forward, back heel down, warrior 1, let it rise. Opening wide, warrior 2. Peaceful, left arm high. One breath in side angle, elbow to the thigh or fingers to the earth. Inhaling, right hand, right hip, left fingers in front of you, shifting forward, half moon. Let it fly. Right hand down. Right foot behind the left foot. Switching your half moons. Left leg back. Left arm high. Left hand down. Hooking the left foot behind the right foot. Holding onto the right knee with the hands. Drawing yourself up to stand. And shifting your way into your Vrikshasana. Tree pose. Finding everything moving toward the center. Hands moving towards center. Foot and inner thigh moving towards center. And maybe if you find that place of center, the arms can float high, extending that tree shape. Breathing in. Hands to the heart if they lifted. Figure 4, right ankle across the left knee, flexing the foot and flexing in the left hip, ankle, and knee. Seeing if you can keep the spine really long here. Pressing into the left foot, rising up out of it. One more half moon, left fingers down, right side body flies. Right hand down, big step back for a lunge. Inhaling, take it through your flow. Exhaling, breathing in, breathing out. It's a few deep breaths in your downward facing dog. A few cooling breaths. Softening the knees. Looking forward, stepping or hopping to the top of the mat, long spine. Melting over the legs. Arms stretch up and away for your prayer. Hands through your heart. And hands can find the hips. Using the hands to stabilize the hips, left foot takes a step back. Hands come behind the back. Maybe you find a reverse prayer between your shoulder blades. Maybe you find your opposite elbows. It's up to you. Taking a big breath in here. With an exhale, hinging at the hips. Reaching through a long spine, keeping the belly engaged. And when you can't go any further with a long spine, you can let your upper body release into your pyramid pose. With your breath out, hands release to the earth. Softly shifting your weight onto the right foot, standing split, left leg high. Looking back at your left toes, making sure that they're pointing down toward the earth. Finding that slight inward rotation there. Exhale, bending both knees. Left knee to the nose. Hands find that left knee, and then bring the leg with you as you roll up to stand. Staying holding onto the knee or taking your left peace sign fingers around the left big toe. Right arm floats high, belly draws in and up, and if you have the toe, maybe you can send the leg out in front of you. If you notice any crunching or folding in the upper body, feel free to soften that left knee. Long spine is more important than long leg. Wherever your left leg is, left arm floats up to the sky. Breathing in. Left toes touch back. High lunge. Both arms reaching up and away. Finding that energy through the spine. Breathing in. Hands to the heart. And it's a twist to your right. Letting the heart spiral up into those prayer hands. Big breath in. Both hands down, left foot forward, soft forward fold. Arms reaching high for a prayer. Breathing in. Hands connecting at the heart. Breathing out. Hands to the hips. This time the right foot steps back, squaring the hips. Hands behind you, either reverse prayer or finding your opposite elbows. Belly lifts, spine lengthens. Inhaling. Keeping that fire in the belly as you dive forward. Letting the upper body melt softly over the left leg for your pyramid shape. But continuing to check in with that belly. The more the belly draws up, the more softness you might be able to find in the upper body. With an exhale, hands to the earth, weight shifts onto the left foot, and it's a standing split. Right leg to the sky, head dropping off the neck. Gentle inward rotation in that upper thigh. Both knees bend. Right knee draws in toward the chest. Hands find that knee, pressing into the left foot, using the belly to draw the spine tall. Staying holding onto the knee, or yogi toe lock around your right big toe. Wherever you are, left arm high, belly drawing in and up, and maybe the right leg extends out in front of you. Utthita Hasta Padangustasana, hand to big toe pose. Wherever your right leg is, right arm rises, keeping the right leg floating. Right foot takes a big step back, toes touch down, high lunge. Breathing in. Hands to your heart. It's a twist to your left. From the belly, find that spiral all the way up through the crown of the head. Both hands down, right foot forward, soft forward fold. Arms reach high, breath in. Hands through your heart and finding the hips again. Left foot steps back. This time, left arm reaches to the sky. Reaching the left arm forward, creasing at the hips. Left fingers can come down under your nose, or maybe your left hand comes outside of your right pinky toe. With a breath out, it's a big twist to the right. Belly, heart, eyes, and right fingertips reaching toward the sky. Parivrtta Trikonasana, rotated triangle pose. Right hand to right hip. Left finger step out in front of you, shifting the weight onto the right foot. Left leg floats, and then reestablishing that twist to the right. Right arm floating high. Rotated half moon pose. Breathing in. Top hand down, feet together, shaking it out. Arms rise for your high prayer. Hands through your heart, hands find the hips. Right foot steps back, keeping the hips square. Right arm rises, breathing in, hinging at the hips. Fingertips reaching forward. Right hand down under the face or outside of the left pinky toe. And it's a big twist to the left, lengthening the left arm high. Now these twists are really tapping into that third chakra energy, really heating up the body, really finding the fire. So using the breath to cool. Left hand, left hip, right fingers out in front of you, shifting forward. Pavrita Ardha Chandrasana, rotated half moon. One more big breath in. Forward fold, feet together, shake it out. Long spine, breath in. Bending your knees, planting the palms, using a lift in the belly to step or float your way back through your vinyasa. Breathing in. Softening your way into child's pose as you breathe out. And just a few deep breaths here, letting the body cool. Noticing any emotions, any feelings that are coming up. Yeah, the twists, the tapping into that third chakra can really get us energized, can sometimes bring out some aggressive or ambitious behavior. So just noticing if that's happening within yourself. On a breath in, gazing forward, sliding yourself all the way out onto your belly. Forehead to the mat, taking the hands behind you, interlacing the fingers. Big breath in, and with a breath out, everything rises up off the mat for a Shalabhasana. Back of the neck is long. Using the back of the body to find that strength. Inhaling. And let it go. One cheek to the mat, releasing your arms and your legs. Your heels can gently flop to the side, opening through the low back and the pelvis. Forehead to the mat. This time, if it feels okay, bending your knees, reaching back for the outsides of your feet. If that doesn't feel okay, then repeat Shalabhasana. Do what we just did. Breathing in. If you have the feet, sending the feet up into the hands for Dhanurasana, bow pose. Breath in and let it go with a breath out. Other cheek to the mat, arms and legs relax. And you can give the hips a little shake from side to side here, releasing the low back. Taking your time to roll yourself over onto your back. Feet to the earth, arms out wide in a T. And your knees can take a gentle sweep from side to side. And on an exhale, both knees melting over to the left side. Head turning to the right, releasing into a supine twist. So this twist is going to be much softer, much more released. Noticing if the shoulder blades can get a little bit heavier. The top of the upper arm bone getting heavy. And then letting that heaviness travel all the way out through the arms, through the hands, the fingertips. With a breath in, drawing yourself back through center. Knees to the right. And head turning to the left. Feeling the weight of the knees. The whole body releasing into gravity. And bringing yourself back through center, inhaling, knees toward the chest, drawing it in, giving yourself a little hug. And there's a gentle rock from side to side here. With a breath in, both feet floating to the sky. Moving to figure 4, same shape we found earlier, right ankle crossing over the left knee. Reaching through to hold on to the back of the left thigh, and then letting that left leg release, drawing the shape in toward your chest. We haven't done too much hip opening today, but if you need a little extra, if you want a little extra opening in that right hip, you can use the right elbow on the right thigh, gently guiding it outward. Releasing the legs, stretching them back up to the sky, maybe shaking them out a little bit. And moving to the other side, left ankle across the right thigh. Finding the back of the right thigh and letting the knee bend as you draw the shape in towards you. Gently releasing the legs, hugging the knees back into the chest, breathing in. Softly rolling over onto your side as you breathe out. And taking your time, bringing yourself up to sit. We're going to stretch the legs out wide into a V shape today. So just taking yourself so you have room. Sitting up high on the sitting bones, maybe giving yourself a little rock from side to side, feeling those bones right under your bum. If you feel like you're kind of tipping back onto the back of the sitting bones, feel free to take a blanket or a cushion right under your hips to give yourself a little more length there. Taking your fingertips down behind you, pressing into the fingertips, feeling a gentle lift of the front of the body. Inner thighs rotating outward, knees pointing high, toes pointing high. Now this might be enough for you. If it is, feel free to stay right here. If you'd like to take it into a forward fold, hands can slowly start to crawl out in front of you. Maybe it's just your palms, maybe it's your elbows, maybe your upper body starts to soften toward the earth. But wherever you are, check in with those legs. Make sure they continue to roll outward. If you took the forward fold, walking the hands back, rolling yourself up through the spine. And come to a seated position, crossing the ankles or sitting on the heels if that feels better. Finding a long spine, letting your hands relax to your knees, and gently letting your eyes float closed. Allowing the body and the breath to slow. Allowing the mind to start to find a single point of focus, that rise and fall of the breath. Cooling, softening. And as you're ready, you can make your way down onto your back for your Shavasana. Making sure that you're comfortable, that you're warm, so that you can completely relax. can die for it, an idea, or the world. People have done so brilliantly, letting their small bodies be bound to the stake, creating an unforgettable fury of light. But this morning, climbing the familiar hills in the familiar fabric of dawn, I thought of China and India and Europe, and I thought how the sun blazes for everyone, just so joyfully as it rises under the lashes of my own eyes. And I thought, I am so many. What is my name? What is the name of the deep breath I would take over and over for all of us? Call it what you want. It is happiness. It is another one of the ways to enter the fire. Letting your breath come back into your body. Letting a little bit of movement come back into the body. Maybe wiggling the fingers and toes. Taking your time to step the feet onto the mat. Rolling yourself softly to your right side. And taking your time to come up to sit. Hands can find a connection at your heart. We seal our practice today with one Om. Inhaling. Taking this moment to honor your practice, to honor your effort and energy and presence. Namaste.